Like, it is important to have community around you that don't always agree with you, because that gives you a chance to grow and it also gives them a chance to grow. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kimberly Louise and I make faith-based content here on YouTube. Today's video is going to be a book review. I am so excited, you guys. I love reading, if you didn't know that by now, and this book that I'm going to talk about today, you guys are going to want to go buy it. It's called Find Your People by Jenny Allen. You guys, this book is life-changing, and I feel like I say that about a lot of books, but for whatever reason this hit home for me, and I think it'll hit home for you as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and read the inside cover of the book to you. It says, "You aren't alone in feeling alone. Most of us have a lot of people in our lives, friends on social media, neighborhood acquaintances, colleagues, and even the barista at our favorite coffee shop. But do we have people who ask, 'How are you really?' When we say we're fine, people who drop by unannounced simply to check in, people who cry with us, celebrate with us, and help us daily grow into who God created us to be. The ache of loneliness is real and it's haunting us. Never before in the history of the world have we been more connected. So why do we feel so isolated?" In Find Your People, Jenny Allen explores how we can follow the example of Jesus as we nurture rich, life-giving friendships in a world that is moving faster, automating more, and delivering everything except meaningful relationships to our front doors. Full of real-life stories, science-based insights, practical ideas for building deep community, and a straightforward look at what to do when relationships get messy, Find Your People invites you to leave behind your loneliness and experience the power of friendship as it was meant to be. Why did I decide to pick up this book? You might be wondering. So I decided to pick up this book because not that I was feeling lonely, but I felt like I was craving more deep connection with the people in my current circle. And it's not that I don't talk to my friends or anything like that, but I was craving more. Like, I wanted to know more about them. I wanted to know their deepest struggles. I wanted to be there for them when they had their baby. Like, all of the things that you would see back in the old days when people actually needed a cup of sugar from a neighbor. Like, I want those kind of friendships in my life. And so I picked up this book because it was intriguing to me, because as much technology that we have, as social media, you can have a million friends and you can have all of this stuff, but a lot of people are still lonely and sad and down because they really don't have people who truly see them, who know them. And so I picked up this book because, one, for me, but also just to really grow in the way that I am a friend, how I am friendly to others, how I am showing up for those that I care so much about. So my overall impressions of the book, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and make this quick for you guys, but it was good. So pick it up if you are experiencing any of the things that I just talked about. So my overall impressions are, it was life-changing. I said that at the beginning. My relationships with the people in my circle and new people that I may meet will never be the same. I won't approach friendships in the same way anymore. It is a great resource for relationships with people, whether it's your marriage, whether it's your homegirl, whether it's your pastor at your church, like whoever you are in relationship with, this is a good book. And also, another impression that I had was deep, real, and authentic community is so needed. It is so important to have good community around you. Now, I'm not talking about community who believe like you believe, right? Who think like you think. Like, it is important to have community around you that don't always agree with you, because that gives you a chance to grow and it also gives them a chance to grow. So growth is so important in this life. We should always be looking to grow and learn as much as possible. So the main take, and I'm reading, of course, from my reading journal, is that consistent, meaningful connection with others is crucial to our mental and spiritual health. We are meant to be loved and known. And one of the things that she said at the beginning of the book was, It was a small quote. It just said, "It is not good for man to be alone." Basically a quote from God after he built the first human on earth. So as messy as relationships might be, we cannot live life alone. We have to figure this out. My thoughts on the book. She talks a lot about how sometimes, like, when you get into an argument with someone, the tendency is to kind of pull away instead of addressing what the argument was about and sticking around to work through it. The easiest thing that we can do as people is run away. We run away. we don't want to accept things. We think, oh, they're just being mean to me, so I'm not going to talk to them anymore. And it's like, no, like, learn to work through your issues with people, because you need people. Now, there are occasions where the person that you may have gotten into an argument with, that relationship ended. That happens. That's okay. But you have to look at yourself. If you notice that every single relationship, every single time you have an argument, that relationship is done. You don't talk to them anymore. That's it. You have to learn to work through conflict. That's in your family. That's in every area of your life. At work, you may have a disagreement with a coworker. Like, there are plenty of reasons to learn how to work through issues, because everyone is not going to agree with you, and you shouldn't expect them to, because we're not all the same. God made us all different for a reason. All of it is to build up the body of Christ. And if you're not being built up by the people in your circle, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So that was the first thing. And then my other thought was, like, I want to be the type of friend that I read about. And I believe that I am that type of friend. And I'm growing to be better as that type of friend, because what I'm giving, I do want to receive it, but that's not the reason I'm doing it. You get what I mean? So I just believe that God made us for community. And I'm so glad that I have such a diverse group of people in my life who love me, who tell me the truth, who call me out if I'm messing up. Like, y'all know who y'all are. If y'all are watching this video, thank you. Thank you for always being there to show me where I'm not walking in the way that I should, to help me on this walk. Y'all, this walk with Jesus, it's not easy. I always say it's not for the weak. Like, it's not easy. And so I'm so thankful for the people that he has placed strategically around me that have just pushed me closer to him, that caused me to want to just grow in my knowledge of him and who he is. And I'm just thankful. This book, it definitely brought out a lot of that. Some memorable quotes, and I'll put them on the screen. The first one is on page 3. It says, "Even if you're an introvert, we are all physically, emotionally, and spiritually hardwired by God for a relationship." That was memorable to me because I am an introvert, believe it or not. People don't believe that I am, but I realized that I was after I would attend like a large event. I'm all in at the large event, but once the event is over, I'm like, okay, goodbye. I'm going home for a week, like, because I need to recover. I need to refresh. I need to, get myself back together. So yes, I am an introvert, but even if I am an introvert, even if you are an introvert, it's still important to reach out to others and to share things with other people. The next quote is on page 12. It says, "In nearly every generation since creation began, people have lived in small communities, hunting together, cooking together, taking care of their kids together." You guys, that is the type of community that I crave. I want whenever we have kids, like, I want my neighbor's kids and my kids to play together. Like, I want us to do barbecues. I want to help them if they're struggling with something. Like, I want to be that person that I am looking for. And I think if you are a good friend, you will look to be that kind of person as well. The last quote I wrote down was from page 19. It says, "Outside of Jesus, relationships are the greatest gifts we have on earth, and simultaneously the most difficult part of being alive." Relationships take work. They are hard. They are not easy. It takes so much work and prayer that if you want to have good quality friendships, you will go to the Lord in prayer about those friends. You will seek him. And if you don't have friends, you will seek the Lord for friendships. I think he's made us for community. He's made us to do life with other people. And The biggest thing that I've learned about doing life with others is that they hold you accountable. Look at me. You don't know everything. There are people who could be in your circle that can be like, hey, I don't think that's right. Hey, maybe you should have done that. Like, you don't know everything. And I think we have to be open to that accountability because it grows us. It grows us. And we want to be mature Christians as we go through this life, as we walk through our faith journeys. We want to be mature in Him. We want to know all the things He wants us to know. We want to be who He has called us to be. And that requires other people. So here are some actions that I'm going to take. The first one is I'm going to make sure that I create space in my life for others. So what that means is, say it's the end of the day and I'm winding down and I'm, getting the house cleaned up, getting ready for the next day. And one of my friends is like, hey, I need to come over. I'm not going to be like, well, girl, it's late. Can we talk on the phone? Like, I want to still open up my home to them. The second thing is inviting people over for dinner. Now that's something we've been doing since we've gotten married, and I want to keep it up. So inviting people over for dinner, for game nights, for just to come over, just all those things, movie nights, stuff like that. The last thing I'm going to do is reaching out to friends weekly to create deeper connections. That's something that I actually started back in July. I have 2 friends who don't live here, and we have been talking every other week, if not every week. And it has been such a gift and a blessing to me. Like, I love them. I love y'all if y'all watching this. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys pick up the book if you enjoyed what you heard. Thank you so much for watching. Remember that God is God and we are not. So we trust Him and we let Him do His thing. See you guys next time. Bye.